Nate here from fitnessequipmentcafe.com, the home of fitness equipment news, reviews and interviews. Today's video is that's right, it's a demonstration of the Matrix S-Force. Now this is a piece of equipment that I've been wanting to get to know a little bit better for quite a while, and I finally got my chance at the Sydney Fitness Show last year. Now Ben was an absolute champion showing us through that, and he explains it so well. You'll see me on the piece of equipment while Ben explains it, and so it's a great little demo. But if you want more information, there is a full interview as well. That's a separate video itself, and the link to that will be in the description down below, as well as at the end of this video.
So first thing, yeah, in terms of getting on, we're going to step on the side. You doing it?
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll demo it. Why not?
Nate's up.
Here we go.
So we step on the side, and the reason for that is it's a big movement. It's a 91 centimeter movement. Otherwise, it's kind of like getting the foot in the stirrup of a saddle.
Sure.
Here, the feet are level. Just bring both feet in.
Okay.
That's it.
Wow.
And you just keep them level and just stand up. So we're going to stand up and come into a standing position.
Okay.
And now the first resistance we can adjust is here.
Okay.
1 through 5. 1 being the easiest, 5 being the hardest, and we'll set it somewhere around 2, 3. I can't see what we're on. What are we on? What are we looking at? Yeah, that looks like a 2.
2, yep.
So we're on a 2 now. We're just going to start stepping. Okay. And you can choose the height.
Right.
So even though we have that full 91 centimeters, Nate can choose,
okay,
right?
so I can do little steps.
Yep, absolutely.
I can do nice long strides.
Perfectly. So then we talked about the second resistance, right? First is here, which is magnetic resistance. It's actually 4 pairs of magnets in sequence. That provides quiet resistance, but it actually also provides a variable
It's really, really smooth.
So
really smooth.
What that also means though, and this is the third element, if you simply go faster, it's going to get harder. And the nice thing from an interval idea here is if you slow down as you fatigue, it's going to get a little bit easier. So think about it during a 30, a 20, 30, 40 second interval. As you fatigue without changing the level, just slow down a bit, it's going to get easier.
And reduce your range.
Yes, or reduce range.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. So we've talked about 3 out of 4 variables. The fourth one we're going to talk about is body position. If you come into this forward lean position, almost like a sprint start. What we see is real muscle activation, very similar to a sprinter. Moving the emphasis, we're still working quads, glutes and hamstrings, but moving the emphasis to the front, more quads, right?
Yeah. And I can feel it all the way up through the leg. It's just incredible.
Hold slightly further back for me, down here, and keep those shoulders back above the hips. Now we've moved the load back, we're getting more targeting to the back, so more glutes and hamstrings.
Absolutely, you can feel it.
Critical function here for us in a practical sense is if we switch on those hamstrings, we stabilize the knee. Right. So now we have a training modality where everything else is super high, super hard. We can still work really hard, but there's no impact, and now the hamstrings are really taking some of that stress off the knee. Absolutely,
and unlike I guess an elliptical where you can go forward and back,
you can relax.
It's one movement.
Yeah,
very cool.
So it's pretty intuitive once you get the hang of it. We can have a seat to have a rest if we need to. Probably want to dial down the intensity a little bit if we're maximizing the effort before we hit the seat, but relatively easy to get on and go, and some key variables depending on who's using it.
Very cool. So what data do you get from it then?
So we get really the key variable here really is strides per unit of time. Sure. And we're going to track that. We're going to say, okay, in a 10-second interval you did 120 steps. Okay, let's keep that up or dial it down. So we're going to see that. Cool. But critically, what we're actually training is we're training speed and resistance, which is essentially power. So we can dial that up or dial that down. We can make it a bit more strength orientated, a bit more speed oriented. But we're doing that type of training that otherwise we'd be doing in a functional space with high joint stress, often with high impact, with neither of those 2 variables.
Absolutely. No, this is really cool.
Cool.
That is a wonderful amount of information in a very short period of time.
My pleasure.
So thank you very much. So there you have the S-Force by Matrix. I hope you liked it. If you want more information, especially if you're a gym owner, gym operator, there's a full interview. And Ben goes through all the intricacies of owning and operating the S-Force, including its maneuverability. And you might be surprised by what they've come up with to be able to move that piece of equipment around. So I hope you like that video as well. And please subscribe to the channel or give it a big thumbs up. And we'll see you with another piece of fitness equipment next time.